Killing Floor 2? Well, my current opinion, whatever it was at launch doesn't matter. What it is now is that it's a game that it's out there, pretty enjoyable if you just focus on the gameplay and nothing else, really. You can have a good amount of time, but if you're looking for reasons to go back rather than the stuff, well, besides the stuff that you already know you're gonna get, which is just slaughtering a bunch of enemies and seeing a lot of gore, you'll get it. But if you want something that's more consistent as to what they're trying to do, a little bit better formatted, maybe you won't find it. Guns and shit being locked away, you know, through payments or whatever. That's not unusual, but it's been since Killing Floor 1, let's be honest. But I don't know, it's hard to support a game that doesn't support itself, because it hardly kind of expands on the ideas that it emplaces from the get-go. Like Versus, that's like the best example that I can think of something that they added that they never bothered to kind of expand or work with, besides just putting it out there and seeing how it goes. And guess what? It doesn't go well when you don't really polish it at all. Nobody touches multiplayer Versus. Everyone seems to just focus on the PvE aspect of things, which is what Killing Floor is, but it could be so much more. And the fact is that it's not that. It's always falling short on every aspect in that regard, of like having potential and not really fulfilling it. But what it is really good. In comparison to 1, I feel like 1 has much more content, and I know that's insane to say because Killing Floor 2 has more guns, but I think the variety of the maps, the objective modes they added, those are new ideas. Killing Floor 2 isn't that new in terms of mechanics or how certain things work. In some aspects, it's a step back in favor of tech and look and visual style, sure, but it's a hard one to say. If you were new to Killing Floor and you've never played it before and you got 2, you'll have a good time, no question. But if you're a veteran from the series, if you come from a long history of the series, and you've seen the competitive side, and you see how high-level play looks, and how people kind of adjust themselves to it, and then you see Killing Floor 2, you see disparities, you see some good stuff, some really bad stuff. And unfortunately right now, they're not focusing at all on that game when it comes to big content drops. I think many times they've said this game's on life support. And if they're making a 3rd game, well, it better be good. It better really address the things that people are saying and not just like, hey, it looks better now. It's a better graphic looking game. Yeah, some people don't even know it had Versus. That's how much of a fart in the wind that was. They want to say they're adding stuff, but it's like, it's never a full attempt. And I don't even know who to blame there. If it's them or if it's like, I don't even know. I really could not point at something and say, that's an issue, that's the problem, get rid of this. I can only say, here's some suggestions of things you should probably do to keep this game alive, and also just expand on the things you already have, because you're so limited and you do the same tropes. It's kind of played out. So I don't know. I had many thoughts on Killing Floor 1 time. Now it's like, oh yeah, it was a good game. It's a shame that I don't really feel that fire anymore for that particular game. If Killing Floor 3 came out or whatever, and they just basically said, yeah, there's a story this time around, or there's a Versus that's not shit, and we actually put a bunch of maps from the get-go, and the gunplay is great, then I'm like, okay, let's move on. I have a positive future for you in my head. Currently though, like, I don't think Tripwire is in a good position. especially after they fucking fired their CEO over some political comments. Thankfully, Alan Wilson, who voiced a lot of the survivors in fucking Killing for One. Dosh, grab it while you can, lads. He's the CEO of Tripwire now, so that's cool. I've always liked Alan. I haven't spoken with him personally, but from the interactions I've had with him, he's pretty chill. John, I don't really ever talk, and he's gone now, so whatever. It's just sad because Killing Floor changed because I think graphic would help. Yeah. Exactly. I boot up Left 4 Dead 2 more than Killing Floor 2 at some points because of how much content and coolness there is to that game. So much quality of life it added, especially with the latest update, which again, it got a big overhaul update. When was the last time we got that? When was the last time they bothered to update leveling up weapons in Killing Floor 2? Remember that? You can upgrade your weapon, but it's just numbers. You don't see an upgrade on your gun. It's just like a bar that's lazily made. It is so weird. I'm gonna stop there. We're playing Psychonauts. Not Killing Floor. But you asked my opinion, so that's my 2 cents. Really quick. I'm not happy with the game, and I really don't care to play it unless they do something substantial with it. Or if they just straight up say, okay, we're making Killing Floor 3. We've addressed all these issues. We somehow couldn't salvage 2 for whatever reason. We couldn't implement this. We're looking for an excuse to charge you 60 or 40 bucks again. But this time, we fixed it all. So, that's the best I could say. If there is another Killing Floor, I hope they fix all the issues that I've mentioned. And others that are not even about this. They're more about mechanical stuff. I don't play high-level Killing Floor anymore. So, I don't know what that scene looks like. I'm sure they have a whole different set of problems that they would like to get addressed, but I'm not aware of them. I remember when Kiryu killed the dance floor in the 80s. Thank you, Nest. Let's change the subject to Psychonauts. Someone's trying to bring Maligula again, damn it.
Someone's trying to bring Maligula back.
We thought she died.
I suppose I had enough warning that